Soon after he got home Wednesday evening, Leland O'Driscoll, a manager with the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network, pulled out his laptop and began monitoring the seismographs sprinkled around Oregon. Just after 5:24 p.m., an alarm blared and a digitized voice spilled out of his computer in urgent tones. Earthquake! Earthquake! The ground had begun to shake south of Molalla and the energy from the quake would reach O'Driscoll's home in seconds, his screen showed. The magnitude 4.0 tremor wasn't strong enough to be felt in Eugene, where O'Driscoll lives and works out of the University of Oregon, but the early warning was valuable nonetheless. It was a good demonstration of how this technology works, he said, referring to the state's Shake Alert system, a series of seismographic sensors carpeted over the state that can give users of the system an early warning when a quake hits. The video below shows what a user alert might look and sound like. Precious time to act. Earthquakes happen when a fault in the Earth's crust slips and the land on either side of the fault moves relative to one another. The shaking is waves of energy radiating out from the spot on the fault line where the rupture occurs. Two types of energy travel outward from the epicenter, primary waves or P waves and secondary waves, or S waves. The P waves travel faster and usually don't cause much shaking or destruction. Using those initial P waves, sensors can detect the strength of a quake, relay the message to an earthquake alert center and create a warning, allowing seconds or even minutes for people to prepare before the stronger S waves arrive. For O'Driscoll, he had 22 seconds notice that the energy from Wednesday night's quake was on its way. Farther north, where the quake was felt, anyone in Salem using the system would have had 3 seconds to prepare. In Portland, the alert would have given people 8 seconds of warning. That might not seem like much time, but it could give enough warning to move away from a window, get under a desk or avoid a heavy bookcase that could topple in a quake. For public infrastructure, that could be enough time to slow or stop a train, trigger automatic gas shut-off valves or warn people to take cover. A proven track record. A number of other countries already have earthquake detection systems in place, including Mexico, Turkey, and China. In Japan, the country invested some $600 million in the system after the 1995 Kobe earthquake killed more than 6,000 people. When the magnitude 9.0 Tohoku earthquake struck in 2011, not a single train in the entire country derailed, thanks to the early warning system. Nearly all of the countries that can detect earthquakes before the shaking starts implemented the system in response to a costly and destructive event. In many of those cases, those countries built those early warning systems after a major earthquake. Doug Toomey, a University of Oregon seismology professor, told the Oregonian/Oregon Live last year. The U.S. is trying to build out the system before the next quake. Toomey said the sensors will ideally be spaced out every 20 kilometers from Cape Mendocino, Indiana, California to Vancouver Island in British Columbia.